Party poppers celebrating Emma Raducanu's birthday, from young prodigy to U.S. Open champion. There are few stories in modern sports as breathtaking, improbable, and inspiring as Emma Raducanu's. The name alone evokes a rush of memories, of dazzling forehands, youthful smiles, and a victory that redefined what was possible in tennis. As we celebrate Emma Raducanu's birthday, we're not just honoring a player. We're celebrating a phenomenon, a young woman who shattered expectations, revived British tennis pride, and continues to inspire millions around the world. Seedling the spark of a prodigy, Emma Raducanu's journey began far from the roaring crowds of Arthur Ashe Stadium. Born in Toronto, Canada, to a Romanian father and a Chinese mother, Emma's multicultural roots shaped her discipline, adaptability, and quiet determination. When her family moved to Bromley, England, Emma was just 2 years old, but that small change in geography would set the stage for something extraordinary. Her parents were firm believers in hard work and education. Discipline first, talent second. Her father often reminded her. This philosophy echoed through her early years, whether she was balancing books and backhands or sprinting through tennis drills in the cool English mornings. By the age of 10, Emma was already showing signs of something special. Coaches noticed her laser-sharp focus, her fluid footwork, and an unteachable calmness under pressure. She wasn't just talented, she was different, and that difference would one day make history. Tennis to rise through the ranks. In a sport that devours young prodigies, Emma's journey was remarkably patient. She didn't rush. She didn't chase early fame. She played local tournaments, built her game, and honed her mental strength with quiet intensity. While many of her peers were burning out, Emma was learning how to burn brighter, steadily, intentionally. Her junior career hinted at her potential. Quarterfinals at Wimbledon Juniors, strong showings on the ITF circuit, but few predicted just how soon she'd explode onto the global stage. When she finally turned pro, her maturity was evident. Every swing carried confidence, and every match revealed a composure beyond her years. But no one, not even the most optimistic fan, could have imagined what 2021 would bring. Glowing star of the Miracle of New York. The 2021 U.S. Open is etched in history as one of the greatest sporting fairy tales ever told. It was a tournament of dreams, a teenager, ranked number 150 in the world, storming through the qualifying rounds without dropping a single set. Emma Raducanu, just 18 years old, didn't just win matches. She dismantled opponents with fearless precision. Her blend of poise and aggression stunned the world. Every point she played was like a quiet revolution, calm, graceful, and deadly efficient. Then came the final. Facing Leylah Fernandez, another teenage sensation, Emma played with astonishing confidence. Under the blazing lights of Arthur Ashe Stadium, she completed the impossible, a 6-4, 6-3 victory that made her the first qualifier in tennis history to win a Grand Slam. No one had ever done it before. No one has done it since. When the final ball was struck, Emma fell to the court in disbelief. The crowd erupted, commentators screamed, and a nation rejoiced. The girl from Bromley had become Britain's first female Grand Slam champion in 44 years, and she did it without dropping a single set. Trophy a star is born. Overnight, Emma became a global icon. Endorsement offers poured in, from Dior to Nike to Tiffany & Company, and the world couldn't get enough of her grace, intelligence, and natural charm. But fame, as it often does, came with challenges. Suddenly, every match, every appearance, every Instagram post was scrutinized. Expectations soared, and pressure intensified. The fairy tale had its shadows. Injuries, coaching changes, and media criticism tested her resilience. Yet through it all, Emma never lost her essence. She remained humble, thoughtful, and grounded. In interviews, she spoke not like a celebrity, but like a student of life. Every setback, she once said, is a setup for a comeback. It wasn't just her tennis that inspired people anymore. It was her maturity in handling the spotlight, her willingness to rebuild, and her refusal to be defined by a single moment of glory. Flex biceps, the rebuilding phase. The seasons that followed her U.S. Open triumph were not easy. Injuries interrupted her rhythm. Surgeries on both wrists and an ankle forced long breaks. And questions arose about whether she could ever regain her Grand Slam winning form. But Emma's story was never meant to be a straight line. Every great champion faces the valley before the climb. And those close to her, her coaches, her family, her fans, knew that behind her quiet smile was a fighter who would never give up. Throughout her recovery, Emma showed immense mental strength. She spent months training, focusing on fitness, rebuilding her serve, and working on her endurance. Her social media posts reflected gratitude and patience rather than frustration. "It's a process," she wrote once. "I'm learning to love the process." That's the mark of a true champion, not just someone who wins, but someone who endures. Rainbow, a global role model. Beyond tennis, Emma Raducanu has become a symbol of modern empowerment. Her story speaks to a generation of young dreamers who are learning that success doesn't always come in a straight line. Her multicultural background has also made her a beacon of global unity. She proudly embraces her British, Romanian, and Chinese heritage, often speaking Mandarin in interviews and celebrating her diverse identity. In doing so, she's inspired millions of children from different backgrounds to see themselves in her journey. Emma's approach to fame is refreshingly real. She values education, keeps a small circle of trusted friends, and continues to focus on the joy of the game. She has often said that her love for tennis comes from the process, not just the results, a lesson every athlete can learn from. Sparkling heart legacy beyond the lines. If the U.S. Open was her arrival, then the years that followed are her becoming. Emma's resilience is teaching the world that success isn't about perfection. It's about perseverance. Every time she walks back onto a court, she brings with her the echoes of that magical 2021 run. The cheers, the tears, the belief that anything is possible. But she also brings something even more powerful. The maturity of a woman who's seen both glory and struggle and still chooses to play with joy. That's why Emma Raducanu isn't just a champion. She's a symbol of youth courage and the timeless truth that no dream is too wild when matched with discipline and heart. Sparkle's conclusion, the light she carries. As the candles glow on Emma Raducanu's birthday cake, they represent more than just years. They symbolize the hope, hard work, and humility that define her story. From the little girl with big dreams in Bromley to the shining star who conquered New York, Emma's journey is proof that destiny favors the brave. The world waits eagerly for her comeback, her next masterpiece, her next chapter. But no matter what happens, one thing is certain. Emma Raducanu has already left an indelible mark, not just on tennis, but on hearts across the globe. Happy birthday, Emma. Cherry Blossom here's to more victories, more joy, and a future as bright as your spirit. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like, and share. Till next time.